Welcome, and thank you for joining the end-of-year reporting webinar for the Parents as Teachers program, brought to you by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's Early Learning section. My name is Emily Sims, and I'm an Early Learning Supervisor for the section. This webinar will provide guidance on final invoicing and reimbursement information for the Parents as Teachers program. Our agenda for today will include reporting updates for the final invoice, information about end-of-year payment, and new requirements for next program year that will be listed in the Early Childhood Development Act Administrative Manual, or ECDA Administrative Manual. Final reporting for the end of the program year opens April 15th, 2020. The final invoice and final payment request are due June 1st, 2020. Districts are strongly encouraged to continue providing virtual services through the extension period for reimbursement in the current program year. Programs who are not providing virtual services are encouraged to submit the final invoice and final payment request as soon as services have ended for this program year. We appreciate the support you are providing families during this time as we learn to navigate a new way of delivering PAT services. A new step has been added to the final invoice process. Districts must complete the compliance plan for fiscal year 21 prior to the final invoice for this program year. A link for creating the PAT final invoice will appear after the compliance plan has been submitted. Districts will want to inform the person responsible for invoicing of this new step. The compliance plan outlines the goals of the PAT program for the upcoming program year, and directions are available on the Early Learning PAT webpage. The Early Learning Supervisors are available by phone and email to assist with any questions during this process. The final invoice must be cumulative and include all services provided from the beginning of the program year until the end of the program year. Districts who are providing virtual service delivery will report these visits in Section 1 of the final invoice. A breakdown of virtual services must also be reported in the district comments section of the final invoice. This should include the number of virtual visits provided and the number of telecommunication visits provided. Districts will want to verify virtual services are properly documented. If you are using Penelope or Visit Tracker and have questions about documenting this information, please contact the appropriate data system. If the program is not using a data system, the district will need to document the number of virtual and telecommunication visits for accurate reporting on the final invoice. We strongly encourage PAT programs confirm the correct year is selected and review all data carefully prior to submitting the final invoice and final payment request. In an effort to collect more information about PAT services, updates were also made to Section 4 of the final invoice. This includes information on group connections, goals, and resource connections. Section 4 also requires districts to provide a success story in at least one of the 4 main PAT goals: increasing school readiness, increasing parenting practices, reducing child abuse and neglect, and detecting developmental delays and health issues. For a complete list of questions in Section 4, please visit the Early Learning PAT webpage. This webpage also includes an updated EPEGS guide providing step-by-step instructions for completing the final invoice and final payment requests. Districts are encouraged to report all PAT services provided on the final invoice. The end-of-year payment will occur outside of the school payment in June due to the extension of final reporting for PAT services. The final report will not be available on EPEGS this program year. Each district's final payment will be in the DESE payment transmittal. Check with your district's bookkeeper to locate this information. Requirements have been added to the ECDA Administrative Manual for fiscal year 21. Every district is encouraged to report PAT services monthly. This will allow the district to track services provided, set goals for the program year, and move toward meeting allocation. At a minimum, districts will be required to submit an invoice and payment request quarterly for the upcoming program year. For fiscal year 21, reporting for PAT services must occur by October 1st, December 1st, March 1st, and the final on May 15th. Screening instruments in the ECDA Administrative Manual have also been updated. Districts are required to use an approved screening instrument for all complete screenings submitted for reimbursement. For fiscal year 21, the approved developmental screenings are Ages and Stages Questionnaire 3, ASQ3, the Brigance Early Childhood Screens, and the Developmental Indicators for the Assessment of Learning 4, or DIAL 4. This information is located in Appendix B of the ECDA Administrative Manual. For the upcoming program year, completed screenings must also include the corresponding social-emotional component for reimbursement. This information is also located in Appendix B of the ECDA Administrative Manual. Districts will want to verify the most updated developmental and social-emotional screening instruments are being used when screening children. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to this webinar. If you have questions or need additional clarification, reach out to your early learning supervisor by phone or email. We look forward to working with Parents as Teachers programs in preparing children, families, schools, and communities towards school readiness. Keep safe and healthy, and have a great day.